Investment is a powerful writing technique that can increase the satisfaction in the payoff of a specific story thread. I'll use Piccolo's journey in combat up until his battle against Android 17 as my example. Battle manga are kinda like sports seasons, especially when they follow the popular conventions. Each arc is like a new season, and I want to see my favorite character perform well. I want to see them have epic battles and take home wins. So imagine the team I support is Team Piccolo. At the start of DBZ, he and Goku defeat Raditz, but it's not completely satisfying. Even though Piccolo is the only survivor, they were completely outmatched and only won because of the Saiyan tail weakness. It's still a win nonetheless. Then Vegeta and Nappa arrive with Cybermen. Piccolo kills one, but they were also taken out by Krillin and Tien, so this doesn't feel like much of an accomplishment. However, the fight against Nappa was important. He tanked Chaozu's and Tien's strongest attacks, so seeing Piccolo and Krillin handle him was definitely a highlight. But this is cut short by Piccolo sacrificing his life in order to save Gohan. So far, Piccolo hasn't had a solo victory. In the Frieza arc, Piccolo is revived and fuses with Nail, getting a power-up. By the time he shows up, Krillin, Gohan, and Vegeta were being mopped by Frieza. All three of them combined were no match, but when Piccolo shows up, he solos Frieza and they're on even footing. This means that Piccolo has currently surpassed Vegeta, who was even stronger than Goku in the past arc. This level up in power is short-lived, because once Frieza transforms again, Piccolo starts losing. He doesn't do anything more impressive after this. The Android arc is where things start to get good. His first fight is against Dr. Gero, who is currently one of the primary antagonists. Piccolo fights this fight alone and wipes the floor with him. His next fight is with the other Z fighters against 17 and 18, in which they get swept. Vegeta and 18 had an extended fight, but at the end, Piccolo gets taken down by 17 in 2 hits and is unable to land a blow. The other fighters are down pretty quickly as well. This is easily the worst loss of Piccolo's career so far. The androids were strong enough to defeat 2 Super Saiyans, but losing in 2 hits is pretty shameful. He's able to recover in his next fight, which is against Cell, the actual primary antagonist of the arc. He is winning the battle until the android absorbs Piccolo's energy, which is the only hit Piccolo takes. Soon after, the Namekian regenerates his arm, and then Cell runs away. Piccolo has had a victory, a loss, and then a victory. So far, both of the wins are arguably big moments for him. Twice, he's fought the primary antagonist of the arc and was winning until they ran away. He's consistently showing his power and getting great highlights, but none of these battles have been as impressive because neither Gero nor Cell have done anything particularly impressive or threatening before or during their fights. Gero beat Yamcha, who was beaten by Cybermen 2 arcs ago. Meanwhile, this was Cell's first fight, and he didn't seem to be as strong as the androids Piccolo had just lost to. Now, we get to Piccolo vs Android 17. Up until now, Piccolo's solo wins have been against people who have no or low achievements, and the battles where he fights someone with credentials. He may perform well at the start, but he eventually loses. His only team win was against Raditz with Goku. Before his fight against 17, he fuses with Kami for another power-up. When the two decided to battle, this fight was ensured to be a legendary moment. Not only was this a rematch, giving Piccolo a chance to get revenge, but he was confident that he could beat 17, a character who easily beat a Super Saiyan. In this battle, the Namekian and Android fight on even footing until Cell interrupts the fight. This fight was short, and if I were to analyze it with my grading system, it would be pretty average, but this is one of the best fights in DBZ because of investment. I was invested in Piccolo's journey as a fighter, and I've been waiting to see him get a big win. As I said before, until this fight, Piccolo had beaten scrubs and lost to powerful foes. But this is the first fight where Piccolo fights solo against a powerful opponent, puts on a great show, and doesn't lose. 17 has had the most credit under his belt out of all of the opponents Piccolo's fought. Nappa beat Tien and Chaozu. Frieza was beating Krillin, Gohan, and Vegeta. Gero and Cell were covered before, but 17 had easily taken down a Super Saiyan. Frieza was Piccolo's best performance before, but he didn't even fight him in his final form. Then Super Saiyan Trunks easily defeated Mecha Frieza, who was in final form, and 17 easily defeated Super Saiyan Trunks. Those are huge leaps in power, yet here Piccolo is throwing hands with 17. On top of that, it's a revenge fight, and I don't think I need to explain why this is a plus, because revenge is universally cathartic. The fight may have ended in a draw, but no matter how you look at it, it's Piccolo's highest high and potentially the most satisfying fight in DBZ. The narrative build-up behind this confrontation completely carries the fight to the top. That is the power of investment. In conclusion, investment is a powerful writing tool. Like I said in my story theory videos, the core of a story is setup and payoff. The more a story can get its viewers invested in the setup, the more powerful a punch the payoff will have. In other words, if hentai's really built up the relationship and chemistry between two characters, then I'd actively want to see them smash. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.